Social Security can be a big benefit if you use it the right way. Hey, I am Chuck, the bureaucrat, and today I want to start a discussion about Social Security benefits and some implications for military retirees. Now, right off the bat, I want to say that the Social Security Administration is, well, it is an entire federal agency. So to get a foothold on all the rules and regulations, it helps to have a very narrow and specific situation that we're thinking about. Today, I'm going to focus on 3 considerations for the retiring service member. I'm going to ignore spouses, kids, disability payments, and probably a bunch of stuff I'm not even aware I'm ignoring. We're going to talk about your estimated Social Security benefits, the timing of when to apply for Social Security, and the effect that employment has on your Social Security benefits. All in all, most of what we're going to talk about is positive, but that's really only if you understand what's happening and maneuver appropriately, because there is some weird stuff going on. Not bad, just weird. Before we get too far, I want to make this point. The Social Security Administration does not count your military pension as earned income. They do not take Social Security taxes out of your pension. But that also means that your Social Security benefits don't go up as a result of your pension. And, luckily, your benefits do not go down because of your pension. These 3 points about the relationship between your military pension, your Social Security taxes, and benefits, they might not make a lot of sense right now, but I guarantee that they will by the end of this video. All right, remember how I said that we were going to narrow the scope to keep this as simple as possible? Well, the Social Security Administration has been modifying the normal retirement age for quite a while now. That means that there's an annoying amount of policy and rules and calculators out there on the internet to help you figure out what is your normal retirement age. For today, I'm just assuming that you were born sometime after 1960 and your normal retirement age is 67. Now, the reason that this matters is because along the way, your benefits are calculated for your normal retirement age. And there's a process that I'll show you later that decreases your benefits if you retire early or bumps them up a little if you retire a bit later. But for now, 67 is just going to make the math easier. Okay, the first thing you should do is get your personal Social Security statement. You do that by going to the Social Security Administration homepage, create an account, and sign in. You have 2 sign-in options. You could either use login.gov or ID Me. Personally, I prefer login.gov. You get some 2-factor authentication, and then you just have to agree to their terms of service. It's all easy stuff, but let me make this one little public service announcement. Before you start terminal leave, clean up your contact information associated with these login techniques. Only use your personal emails and your personal phone numbers. Don't rely on those government accounts that you're going to lose access to the second you retire. Once you're logged in, you select the hyperlink for your Social Security statement and download the PDF. We're going to talk a good bit about these estimated benefits, but let me just give you the spoiler right now. They are wrong in an important way. It's not going to ruin your retirement plans, but you do need to understand what's happening. To get through this, we're going to have to look at 3 steps that the Social Security Administration applies to estimate your benefits. First, you calculate your estimated earnings, that is your average indexed monthly earnings. I call it AMI. Translating AMI into your primary insurance amount, PIA. That's really just how much of a benefit you get if you retire at your normal retirement age, 67. And then translating that PIA into the benefits that you would get if you retired at the different ages you can retire at. First, AMI is just your highest 35 years of earning, normalized for inflation, and then divided by 12. Your Social Security statement lists the earnings that the Social Security Administration is tracking for you. And if you need to make adjustments to that, well, there's a whole process. But there's two things that I want to point out here by looking at my earnings before they get normalized. First, you see that big spike in pay in 2020? Well, that's my kernel pay. And now, watch this. If we go back to the estimated earnings, see where it says that these estimates assume that I continue to earn $145,000 per year until I start benefits? That is incorrect. I'm not a colonel anymore. I'm not drawing colonel pay anymore. And as a result, my Social Security benefit estimates are wrong. Now, in the end, that might not mean a whole lot because of how Amy gets translated into the PIA. Essentially, the first $1,174 of Amy that you have, it gets 90 cents on the dollar in PIA. Then, up to $7,078, you get 32 cents on the dollar. Anything above that, it just gets 15 cents on the dollar. So he who earns more gets a larger benefit, but the size of that benefit grows more slowly as you earn more. Just as an aside, the Social Security Administration calls these two numbers, the 1174 and the 7078, they call them breakpoints. And the breakpoints get adjusted every year. These are the breakpoints for someone who is claiming Social Security in 2024. By the time a guy like me gets around to actually claiming Social Security, those breakpoints are going to have moved, and I don't know where they're going to move to. Now, remember how I said that my benefit estimate is wrong because I'm not actually going to earn in the future what the Social Security Administration thinks I'm going to earn? Well, because of the Social Security Administration's assumption, they have my Amy at about, it's like $9,000. I kind of figure that if I don't earn anything else by the time I claim Social Security, that my Amy is actually going to be closer to $7,000. So you see how the PIA goes down, but not by a massive amount. I mean, just between you and me, I am not exactly eager to spend the next 12 to 15 years working away at some high-stress job to increase my Social Security benefits by like $300 a month. All right, to wrap up this overview of how the Social Security Administration estimates your benefits, the third step that they take is to apply an increase or a decrease to your benefits based on the age you retire at. If you retire at 67, your normal retirement age, you get your PIA. If you retire at 62, you get 70% of your PIA. And if you delay retirement, they increase your benefits up to 124% of the PIA. Now, if you take the time to do the math on your own benefits, you'll notice that your percentages are not exactly what's shown in this table. That's because retiring early tends to shrink your average earnings, which shrinks the amount of PIA, which in turn reduces the amount of benefits that you would receive. Regardless, a natural question you're probably asking yourself is, when should I claim Social Security? Well, the way I figure it, the factor that really swings the analysis is how long are you going to live? Waiting to claim Social Security until you're 70 and then passing away at 65, well, that doesn't seem to make much sense. And for those of you who worry about the time value of money, I got a whole video on that. But I argue that it just complicates the math and it doesn't change the result. The takeaway here is that if I start drawing Social Security benefits at 62, my total lifetime earnings will be higher than any other option as long as I don't live past 78. And waiting to claim Social Security benefits until I'm 70, that only pays off if I'm going to live until I'm 83. So claiming Social Security early is kind of attractive to a military retiree, except for one point. Choose to claim your Social Security benefits early, say at age 62. There is a penalty if you continue to work. You can earn up to $1,860 per month with no penalty. But any earning above that, and you forfeit 50 cents of your benefit for every dollar that you earn. You don't have to earn much to completely wipe out your Social Security benefit. So you only want to claim your benefit early if you can actually live without working. Now, let's go back to the beginning and review how Social Security interacts with your military pension. You don't pay Social Security taxes on your pension. What that means is that your pension does not increase your earnings, your AME. But the really good news is that if you do claim early retirement from Social Security, then your military pension doesn't count as income, and your benefits aren't penalized because of your pension. So I get it. Social Security may not be a big part of your transition plan, but eventually you are going to have to integrate it into your long-range strategy. Now, if you want to see a rundown of all the moving pieces that you do need to consider in your transition plan, watch this video.